My greedy sister-in-law demanded I give her my wedding venue since she deserved a fairy tale wedding more than me. When I refused, she secretly contacted the venue and canceled my booking, laughing, "Let's see how you get married now." But the day before her wedding, the venue called, and the truth she learned had her screaming in rage. I don't even know how I ended up related to someone like her. My sister-in-law, Vanessa, is the most selfish, entitled, and manipulative person I've ever met. She's the kind of person who will take the last slice of cake at a party and then complain that someone else got a bigger piece. She's thrown tantrums over the dumbest things, like when my husband, her brother, got a new car before she did, or when someone else in the family announced a pregnancy before she was ready to have kids. So when she pulled this stunt, honestly, I wasn't even that surprised. But I was ready for her. I got engaged to my fiancé, Mark, after 3 years of dating. The second we started wedding planning, I knew I wanted something elegant but simple. We didn't need a royal ball, just a beautiful venue where we could celebrate with friends and family. We found the perfect place, a vineyard in Napa Valley. Rolling hills, gorgeous scenery, a rustic yet modern vibe. It wasn't cheap, but we had been saving for years, and it was ours. We booked it over a year in advance. We signed the contract, paid the deposit, and started planning every detail. Everything was set. And then Vanessa found out. She had been engaged for over a year but hadn't planned anything. No venue, no dress, not even a wedding date. But when she heard where we were getting married, suddenly, she just had to have a vineyard wedding too. It was at a family dinner when she first brought it up. "Wait, you booked that vineyard? The one with the stone archway and the big oak trees?" "Yeah, we booked it months ago," I said, not thinking much of it. She put down her fork, staring at me like I had just stolen her firstborn child. "But that's, like, exactly the type of wedding I wanted," she whined. I was just waiting for the perfect place, and now I finally found it. I gave her a look. "Vanessa, we already booked it. We signed the contract. It's ours." She pouted. "But it fits my aesthetic more. You're not even, like, a vineyard wedding kind of person." "What the hell does that even mean?" "Well, tough luck. You can find your own venue," I said, not even entertaining this conversation. She sulked through the rest of dinner. Mark and I joked about it on the way home, thinking it was over. It wasn't. A month before the wedding, I got a phone call from the venue. "Hi, Miss Lillian. I just wanted to confirm that we received your cancellation request. We'll be processing your refund shortly." "My what? Excuse me? I never canceled anything," I said, my stomach dropping. The woman on the phone hesitated. "Oh, well, someone called a few days ago claiming to be you and said you were canceling the reservation. They gave all your information, so we processed it as requested." I was shaking. Someone had called and canceled my wedding venue. I immediately called Mark. Someone canceled our wedding venue. I think it was Vanessa. I knew it in my gut. We called the venue back together, demanding answers. The manager, a really sweet woman named Sarah, checked their call records. The person who canceled had used my name. They had my email. And when I asked for a voice recording, Sarah hesitated before saying, "I don't think this was you." The person who called sounded younger. And she, laughed when we asked if she wanted to reschedule. Laughed. Mark and I sat there in silence, both coming to the same conclusion. Vanessa. I was furious. But I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I didn't call her up and start a war. I took a deep breath, and I started planning. First, I had to fix the mess Vanessa made. I explained everything to Sarah, who was horrified when she realized someone had impersonated me. "That's fraud," she told me. Thankfully, since I had signed a contract, the cancellation wasn't actually valid. The venue still belonged to us. "So, Vanessa doesn't have it booked?" I asked. "No. She tried to reserve it after canceling under your name, but we needed a new deposit, and she didn't have the funds immediately. So it's still under your name." My grip on the phone tightened. Good. Vanessa had thought she pulled off the perfect crime. She had thought she stole my venue. But all she really did was try to commit fraud, fail, and leave herself without a venue. And the best part? She had no idea. I didn't tell Vanessa a thing. For the next few weeks, she acted like she had gotten exactly what she wanted. "I'm just so excited for my vineyard wedding," she gushed to family members. "I knew this venue was meant for me. I mean, it's just so me." Mark and I played along. We smiled, we nodded. We let her brag. Because what was coming next? It was going to be beautiful. 1 week before my wedding, Vanessa's supposed new wedding date, I got a call from Sarah. Vanessa just found out. And, well, let's just say she's not taking it well. Turns out, Vanessa had gone in for her final walkthrough. She had waltzed in like she owned the place, expecting to see her dream wedding setup. Instead, she saw our names on all the paperwork. She saw our wedding decor being prepped. And when she asked about her reservation, the staff told her the truth. She never had one. Sarah told me that Vanessa's reaction was immediate. She screamed. She threw her purse at the counter. She accused the venue of stealing her booking. When they calmly explained that she had never actually booked it because the original reservation was never really canceled, Vanessa lost it. She had no backup plan. No other venue. No options. And her wedding was in a week. Then my phone rang. I smiled as I answered. Hey, Vanessa. What's up? Her voice was shaking with rage. You stole my venue. Asterisk, I couldn't help myself. I laughed. Oh, Vanessa. You mean my venue? The one you tried to steal from me first? She started stammering, grasping for words. That doesn't count. You don't even need a fancy venue. Just go somewhere else. I let the silence stretch before saying, well, Vanessa, I guess you'll just have to find another venue. Good luck. Then I hung up. And now? Well, let's just say Vanessa's problems were far from over. After I hung up, I half expected Vanessa to show up at my door, screaming like a lunatic. She didn't, but only because she was too busy freaking out over her ruined wedding. Mark's phone started buzzing nonstop. His mother, their aunt, and even a couple of Vanessa's friends were calling him, probably hoping he'd talk some sense into me. He ignored every single one. Later that evening, I got a text from my mother-in-law. MIL, Lillian, you need to fix this. Vanessa has no venue. She's devastated. I stared at my screen, dumbfounded. I needed to fix this? I typed back, me. Vanessa canceled my venue behind my back. If she had gotten away with it, I wouldn't have had a wedding either. Why should I care? It took her a while to respond. When she did, I nearly threw my phone across the room. ML, she made a mistake. You need to be the bigger person. Bigger person? I turned to Mark, waving my phone. Your mom thinks I should fix Vanessa's mess. Mark groaned. Of course she does. She always babies Vanessa. Don't respond. She'll get over it. I took his advice. I ignored my mother-in-law. But Vanessa? Oh, she wasn't done yet. The next day, I woke up to hundreds of messages. My Facebook, Instagram, and even my email were flooded. Vanessa had gone on a full-blown social media rampage. She posted a long, dramatic message on Facebook about how I had stolen her dream venue out of spite. She claimed she had no idea I had booked it first and that I had taken pleasure in watching her suffer. She went on and on about how family should support each other and how some people care more about a venue than their own sister-in-law's happiness. I rolled my eyes, but then I saw the comments. Her friends, her fiancé's family, even some distant relatives were siding with her. People who didn't even know the real story were attacking me. Wow, can't believe Lillian would do that. So petty. Imagine ruining your own family's wedding over something so small. I was boiling. Then I noticed something else. Vanessa had tagged me in the post, which meant everyone I knew was seeing this, including my own friends and family. And they were not staying silent. Actually, Vanessa canceled Lillian's wedding behind her back. But go off, I guess. Y'all are supporting someone who literally tried to commit fraud? Vanessa, did you forget that you're the villain in this story? Within minutes, Vanessa started deleting comments. Then, she turned off comments completely. Then, she deleted the post. An hour later, Vanessa called me. I answered, putting her on speaker so Mark could hear. How dare you let people call me a liar? She shrieked the second I picked up. Because you're a liar, Vanessa, I said flatly. You made me look bad, she wailed. Now my fiancé's family is pissed at me. They're saying I embarrassed them. I smirked. Well, maybe you shouldn't have tried to steal someone else's venue. She let out this frustrated scream, then suddenly, her voice shifted. Now she was pleading. Lillian, please. I know I messed up. But I have nowhere to have my wedding. Every venue is booked. My guests are flying in. I can't just cancel everything. I didn't say anything. You don't even have to cancel your wedding. Just let me have one day before you. We'll change the decorations. I'll pay for the extra day. Please, Lillian, I can't let this happen to me. I looked at Mark. His face was unreadable. She kept going. If you do this, I swear I'll make it up to you. I'll pay for something for your wedding. I cut her off. No. Dead silence. What? She whispered. No, I repeated. You didn't just mess up, Vanessa. You tried to ruin my wedding. You laughed about it. You lied about it. And now that it backfired, you expect me to fix it. She started breathing heavily. I am begging you, she hissed. And I am telling you no, I shot back. She lost it. She started screaming full-on, hysterical rage. You're a monster. A selfish, hateful, miserable monster. Then, she hung up. Mark looked at me. So, I guess we're officially her enemies now. I sighed, tossing my phone onto the table. I guess so. But we still weren't done. Because what Vanessa did next? Oh, she took it way too far. After Vanessa hung up on me, I thought maybe, just maybe, she'd finally give up. I was so wrong. The next morning, Mark and I woke up to even more missed calls and texts. But this time, it wasn't just from Vanessa. It was from my wedding vendors. The florist, the photographer, the catering company. Every single one was canceling on us. I immediately called the florist. Hi, this is Lillian. I just saw your message. Why are you canceling our contract? The woman on the other end hesitated. Well, you called yesterday and said you wanted to cancel. You even said you were moving the wedding to a different location. My blood turned to ice. No, I didn't, I said slowly. That wasn't me. The florist went silent. Oh my God. It didn't take a genius to figure out what happened. Vanessa had tried to cancel my wedding vendors. I called every single vendor. And sure enough, Vanessa had called them all, pretending to be me. She almost got away with it, except for one tiny mistake. She had forgotten to change the callback number on one of the cancellations. So when the catering company tried to confirm, they accidentally called Vanessa back instead of me. Apparently, she had panicked and hung up. That's when the caterer got suspicious and decided to hold off on the cancellation. I was shaking. My entire wedding was this close to being destroyed. Mark was already grabbing his keys. We're going to Vanessa's. Right. Now. We showed up at Vanessa's apartment and banged on her door. At first, she didn't answer. But Mark wasn't playing around. Vanessa, we know what you did. Open the door. Finally, she cracked it open. She looked exhausted, like she had been crying. What do you want? She snapped. I lost it. Are you actually insane? I yelled. You tried to cancel all my wedding vendors? Do you understand how illegal that is? Vanessa's face twitched. I don't know what you're talking about. Mark scoffed. Vanessa, they have your number. They called you back by accident. Her whole body stiffened. You have ruined my life, she hissed. Mark laughed out loud. Are you serious? You did this to yourself. That's when she cracked. Vanessa sank to the floor and started sobbing. It's not fair, she wailed. You don't deserve that venue. You don't deserve a perfect wedding. I waited so long for my dream wedding, and now I have nothing. Mark just stared at her. You mean the way you tried to leave Lillian with nothing? He said coldly. Vanessa's sobs turned into full-blown screaming. She grabbed the closest thing near her, a glass vase, and threw it at the wall. It shattered into a million pieces. Get out, she shrieked. I hate you. I hate both of you. We left. And honestly, I thought that was the end of it. It wasn't. Because Vanessa was about to do something even worse. A week before my wedding, I got a call from my mother-in-law. I almost didn't answer. But I figured, why not? The second I picked up, she said something that made my heart drop. Lillian, Vanessa is saying she's not coming to your wedding. I almost laughed. Good, I said. She tried to ruin it. She shouldn't be there anyway. But then my mother-in-law said something else. It's not just her. The entire family is boycotting. They're all refusing to come. I froze. What? She told everyone you're a cruel, heartless person. She said you stole her venue, refused to compromise, and then embarrassed her in front of her fiancé's family. She's playing the victim, Lillian. And now, a lot of people believe her. I couldn't breathe. She kept going. Her parents. Her cousins. Her aunts and uncles. They're all taking her side. Even my husband, Mark's own dad, thinks you should have just let her use the venue first. I looked at Mark. His face was unreadable. So, my family is choosing her over me, he said quietly. I'm so sorry, my mother-in-law whispered. But they're refusing to come. Mark hung up without another word. I sat down, my hands shaking. She actually turned your whole family against you, I whispered. Mark clenched his jaw. No, he said. She thinks she did. But she has no idea what's coming next. And what we did next. Oh, it was going to be beautiful. The moment we hung up, Mark turned to me, his face unreadable. She wants a war, he said, voice low. Fine, let's give her one. I didn't even have to ask what he meant. Vanessa had turned his own family against him. She had spread lies, manipulated the situation, and tried everything to destroy my wedding. And now? She thought she had won. She was wrong. We called my family, our friends, and the few in-laws who weren't on Vanessa's side. I made sure everyone knew the truth. Then I did something even pettier. I sent Vanessa a formal wedding invitation with a handwritten note. Vanessa, since you won't be attending, we'll be sure to send you plenty of pictures. Hope you enjoy watching from the sidelines. She didn't respond. But she wasn't done yet. Despite everything, our wedding day was perfect. Most of Mark's family didn't show up. His mom came, looking uncomfortable, but his dad refused. None of Vanessa's cousins or aunts were there either. Honestly, I didn't care. The venue was stunning. The flowers, the lights, the music, everything was exactly how we wanted it. And the people who actually mattered were there. We had just finished our vows when I noticed a commotion near the back. And then, I saw her. Vanessa. She was standing near the entrance in a white dress. Not just any dress. A full-blown wedding gown. The guests gasped. A few of my bridesmaids whispered, "What the hell is she doing here?" Vanessa looked wild. Her hair was a mess, her makeup was streaked, and she was shaking with rage. "Stop the wedding," she screamed. Nobody moved. Mark stepped forward. His voice was dangerously calm. "Vanessa, leave." She ignored him. She turned to me, her eyes blazing. "You don't deserve this," she shrieked. "You stole my wedding." Security started moving toward her, but she wasn't done. She pointed at Mark's mom. "Mom, tell them they should have let me have the venue. Tell them how selfish they are." Mark's mother, who had been silent all morning, stood up. For a second, I thought she was about to take Vanessa's side. Then she did something I never expected. She slapped Vanessa across the face. Hard. The entire venue went dead silent. Mark's mom's voice shook. "Enough." Vanessa clutched her cheek, stunned. "You did this to yourself," his mom said, eyes wet with tears. "You tried to ruin Lillian's wedding. You turned your brother against his own family. You lied to all of us. And now, here you are, embarrassing yourself." Again. Vanessa looked around, realizing nobody was on her side. Even her own mother. That's when she broke. She let out a blood-curdling scream, tore off her veil, and ran out of the venue. Nobody followed her. The ceremony continued. The reception was perfect, but the damage had been done. Mark's dad and the family members who had taken Vanessa's side, they never apologized. Mark cut them off. Completely. Vanessa went into hiding for a few months. Eventually, I found out her fiancé called off the wedding after hearing the full story. Apparently, his family had been watching how she acted and realized she wasn't wife material. She had lost everything. Months later, I got one last message from Vanessa. "I hope you're happy. You ruined my life." I stared at it for a long time. Then I deleted it. I was happy. And she? She was left with nothing but the consequences of her own actions. Mark and I moved forward. We built a life free from Vanessa's toxic drama. And honestly, I've never once regretted letting her crash and burn.